Hey there, everybody. This is Taylor with Royal Gorge Anglers in Canyon City, Colorado. Beautiful December morning here at the fly shop. Enjoying some really uncharacteristic weather here this week. We're approaching the Christmas holiday next week, yet we've got highs expected to be in the mid to even upper 50s for the next 10 days in the Canyon City area. So really excited for the potential for anglers to get out and enjoy not only on the Arkansas Tailwater, which has been our focal point for the last month or so, but also the Arkansas Freestone, as you will have some really strong opportunities to get out with a long warm spell such as this one. Really wanted to just say hello and kind of walk you through some of our best patterns and rigging techniques for the winter season, not only on our local winter fishery, the Arkansas Tailwater, but also on the Arkansas Freestone. As discussed just a second ago, if you've got a really nice weather window, typically what I look for is highs in the 50s for 2 or 3 consecutive days. You'll have some really strong opportunities to get out and primarily nymph fish, but have strong success on the Arkansas Freestone. And one of the things I love about the winter season on the Freestone is zero competition, only a few anglers out, even on the weekends, and can really be a very enjoyable experience for anglers to get out and enjoy the wildlife and catch a few beautiful wild fish out of the Arkansas. Again, the Arkansas Tailwater is certainly our guide's focal point in the months of November, December, January, and February. And then that spring fishing will really ramp up on the Arkansas Freestone late February, early March. In the meantime, we are guiding daily on the Tailwater and having strong success. It's been a really strong winter season so far. Things really turned on the Tailwater around the time that flows stabilized in that 100 CFS window. It's been anywhere from 80 CFS to 110 CFS for around the last month, three weeks to a month. And so sitting here in the 3rd week of December, we've got some really strong opportunities. And one of the things that is great about tailwaters in the winter is they are very consistent. You've got consistent flows and consistent water temperatures for the most part, and probably the most consistent fishing in the state of Colorado in the winter season is on the Arkansas Tailwater, which is just 20 minutes or so down the road from Canyon City. Right out our back door, and really a great option for anglers here in the winter months. We are nymphing mostly on the Tailwater, primarily focusing on our winter blue-winged olive activity, which is a continuation of that pseudo-Cleon baetis, that really small fall BWO. A lot of BWOs still active in the water column and also hatch active on the Tailwater through the winter season. Of course, midges are a huge staple, and we focus on those throughout the life cycle. And then also, throwing a few attractor nymphs here and there, leeches, worms, egg patterns. And, one of the things that we will do from time to time just to keep fish on their toes, so to speak, is throw a big streamer at them. And you will see fish very opportunistic in the winter season, especially those larger, more territorial, more predatory browns and rainbows, you will see them take advantage of a big streamer if you put it in front of them. Now, that's not to say that that's our core focus. We definitely are nymphing primarily, both tactical nymphing with indicators and tight line nymphing in areas. Changing over to the Freestone section, it is certainly a nymphing focus and will be throughout the winter season with very cold water temperatures. Fish are certainly lethargic. Fish are pretty easy to find in the winter season. They're not spread out. They are in those areas of least resistance, deeper tail outs, soft seams, things of that nature. What we would term post-spawn feeding lives. So when those brown trout are done spawning, they move into that water to rest and to feed, and they kind of reside there through the winter season. The rainbows also occupy that space. What I recommend for folks is to really look at thinking about walking speed current, so that kind of pace in the current that we're focused on. And like I said, if you look for those heavier structure, areas, riffles, seams, and sections of that nature, and then look for those tail outs and deeper sections below that type of water, that's typically where we're going to find fish, or in those deeper tail outs and seams below heavier water. Definitely taking advantage of tightline and Euro nymphing, making sure that we're, getting down to the appropriate depth. Fish are definitely glued to the bottom in the winter on the Freestone, and, hitting them in the face. Fish will not move far to take the fly in the winter season, and so we definitely want to, take advantage of having that appropriate depth. And really putting it right in front of them. Tightline nymphing, Euro nymphing really gets that done. Doesn't mean you can't indicator nymph. That's a great, rigging concept as well. We will throw a streamer from here, here and there, but that's not an optimal tactic in the winter season, simply because fish are not in chase mode. The water temperature is much colder on the Freestone than it is on the Tailwater in this window of time. So certainly something that we keep in our wheelhouse, but not a focal point. I do want to take a quick look at some patterns that our guides are leaning on in the winter season, both on the Tailwater and the Arkansas, as well as some crossover. So let's take a look at that quickly. Alrighty, folks. So let's take a quick look at some of the patterns that we really lean on in the winter season, both on the Tailwater, which is our focal point, as well as the Arkansas Freestone on those warm days. Certainly still throwing big flies on the Freestone. Fish are definitely still opportunistic, and these are the active crawlers in the winter season, your crane flies, your stone flies. So certainly, quote unquote, matching the hatch on that side of things. But a lot of crossover between the Arkansas Tailwater below Lake Pueblo and the Freestone from Canyon City upstream within the BWO and Midge category. So a lot of these will work equally as well on the Tailwater and vice versa. You can tell we've got a few streamers in the mix, definitely kind of slow playing that part of things, but, really a good assortment for your nymphing side of things. Let's focus on the Arkansas Tailwater here first, and starting at the upper left, we've got one of our absolute core breadwinner patterns, the Ice Queen, which is a fantastic lead nymph in an indicator rig or a tag fly for your Euro nymphing, CDC, tungsten bead, really a great pseudo Cleon BWO imitation We've got our Sparkle Wing Black RS2 tungsten bead. Again, we prefer to run those black tungsten beads on both of those imitations for best success, staying down in the strike zone. We've got our Magic Fly, again, slight profile, good crossover for your BWO. Both could be fished as a nymph or an emerger. We've got a good Perdigon option, that's the lightning Perdigon. And all of these are size 20 or 22 that we're rolling through here first. We've got a great couple red midge larvae here. First and foremost, the 2-bit midge, that's Charlie Craven's pattern. We've got the demon midge here next, and then rolling into a more natural kind of brown amber color. We've got Juan Ramirez's pale ale midge here, Pat Dorsey's medallion midge, which fishes equally as well as a midge pupa. We've got our flux capacitor midge here as well, which is kind of a variation of a pure midge, a little bit of a segmented body, and then that flash in the thorax, kind of wing case there. Rolling into dry fly assortment for the winter season. One of the great things about the Arkansas Tailwater below Lake Pueblo is that you do have great opportunities to fish a dry in the winter months. Focusing again on BWOs and midges. We've got the hatchback here, which is one of our go-to BWO dries on both sections. The Iguanodon, that's Phil Iguana's extended body BWO, both in size 20. We've got more of a pupa representation, and this one needs no introduction. That's the No Mercy midge, similar to a mole fly, a little bit better in my opinion. We've got Theo's melting pot midge, another great midge pupa. Midge dry can be fished in the film. We've got our Massacre midge, which is one of our absolute standbys on the Arkansas Tailwater. So those are going to be some great dry fly options to run. You know, especially these midges, you could run them, you know, in the film underneath maybe one of these BWO dries. You could run them solo underneath a stick-on indicator. You can dress them up and fish them on the surface as well. A few attractor nymphs to run in a double, triple nymph rig. You've got our white leech here. We really like the white in this mini leech in the winter. Also like black and olive. And then the light speed, Phil Torellia's light speed leech, which is kind of a chamois leech style imitation in black. Then we've got a couple streamer imitations here. We've got the mini flatliner here, and then we've got the boogeyman. You can notice we've got a more natural kind of white color range for both of these. I do like that those colors, you know, your white, your naturals, your white and olive in the wintertime on the tailwater. But these are large flies, so you can tell, you know, we're in that 4-inch range on these guys. So no need to fish ultra small on the streamer side of things. Definitely show them something that's going to get a reaction and show them something different. That's one of the cool things about throwing a streamer on the tailwater is pretty much everybody's down there nymphing and maybe a few dry fly anglers, but not many streamer anglers. And, you know, this can be a tactic that will get you into some really beautiful, larger fish in the winter season. Moving into the Freestone, we've got our crane fly larva up top here. You know, crane fly larva in the wintertime fish not only well as crane flies, but also as free swimming caddis. And we do have a lot of free swimming caddis larvae. in the winter that are active. So I do like both the Mo-Chet crane, which is the second guy down here, as well as the CZ crane, to fill kind of both of those categories. Good attractor lead fly for a double nymphing rig or a point fly for a Euro nymphing rig. Our 2-bit stone, Charlie Craven's, truly one of our favorites, and you'll see it in a lot of our videos. But micro, these stone flies are pretty immature, they're pretty small. The active crawlers are pretty small in the wintertime, and so we do like both color options, both that kind of gold as well as a darker imitation. John Barr's tungstone, one of my favorites in the winter season. John Barr's tongue teaser, another favorite for a darker stonefly imitation. Waltz worm, great crane fly, caddis, crossover, just a core attractor nymph in the winter season, summer season, spring, fall, you name it. Moving into our smaller bugs, jig micro mayfly. Again, do like our Euro nymphs still in the winter here, so want a couple options in that BWO category. The key is it's getting down to the substrate. Like I mentioned before, fish are glued to the bottom, so we need to be in that zone in order to be productive. A thread Frenchie on a jig, so one of my go-tos all season, but really strong producer in the winter. Moving into the midge category, the ICU midge, good red midge larva, tungsten bead, again, heavy. Midge pupa, our Rojo midge, which is Greg Garcia's. That's been a great producer here for a long time. Got our tungsten zebra midge here, really phenomenal, simple midge larva. Black Beauty, been around a long time. It's a great producer for us in the winter season. Jujube Flash midge, that guy is in zebra. Just another simple midge larva that produces very well on the Freestone in the winter season. One thing that I do like to do in the winter is throw a worm every now and then. It gets fish's attention, kind of, if you get it anywhere near them, fish can be very opportunistic on a worm in the winter season on the Freestone and the Tailwater as well. So this is Trina's Squirmy. This is a brand new Squirmy worm that we're carrying here, which is very durable as compared to previous Squirmy materials. Really a great pattern on the Freestone or the Tailwater alike. In the streamer category, the key will be low and slow in the wintertime. Again, just very cold water temperatures in the 30s primarily, low 40s some days on those warm days. So you got to hit fish in the face, and really a slow dead swing and almost even dead drift with the streamer is going to be your best tactic. We've got a micro Dalai Lama in black and white, and then we've got a jig Sparkle Yummy. Again, good lateral line, good colorations, but really got to focus on low and slow, and still fishing sink tips and things of that nature, because flows are still up in the 500s in the winter season, which we'll touch on here briefly in just a moment. So a great look at our guides boxes during the winter season. All of these flies are available online at royalgorgeanglers.com. You can, of course, call us anytime at 888-994-6743. Happy to put together a winter package for you as well. Alrighty, folks, so hopefully a look at some core winter patterns is a successful tool for you as you prepare for your days on the water, whether it be the Arkansas Tailwater or the Arkansas Freestone. Really simple when it comes to pattern selection, but I feel like there are some core productive patterns that we've leaned on for years that we've shown you there that should give you a little bit of a leg up depending on where you're headed. Like I said before, those are all available here at the Fly Shop online or via phone order. We'd love to help you there. And not only that, but we do truly hope that you think of us this holiday season. Christmas is here next week, and still some great time to grab those last minute gift options for your loved ones or for yourself if you're treating yourself. Gift cards are available online, electronically. We've got over 5,000 great products here in the Fly Shop. Be happy to put together a great fly selection for you, whether it be the winter season, spring, fall, summer. That's a great gift for that angler in your life. Very thoughtful, and we enjoy doing that during the holiday season. Brings us a lot of joy as well to build fly selections to make people more successful on the water. So we can put together a fly box, flies, so on and so forth. We do still have some great sales on waders available, 40% off Patagonia waders. Still have some great core sizes available in those. We've got some wading boots on sale. We've of course got our clearance section, which is easy to see online there. We've got over 200 items on our clearance, and free shipping over 50. Do encourage you to purchase prior to the 20th of December if you're holiday shopping, so that we make sure to get all of those gifts to you in time for the holiday. Again, some great opportunities to get out this winter season, whether it be the Arkansas Tailwater or the Arkansas Freestone. Like I mentioned before, the Arkansas Tailwater has been steady at around 90 to 110 CFS. Should hold in that area until springtime. Usually late March, early April is when we start to see a little bit more water introduced into the tailwater. The Arkansas Freestone is steady at about 450 to 500 CFS in Bighorn Sheep Canyon and Canyon City. That is the section that we recommend you focus on, simply because it is lower elevation, gets more radiant heat, water temperature is warmer, fish are simply more active. It's also easier access. There's less shelf ice, less snow to deal with. Many areas no snow, some snow on the banks in Bighorn Canyon, but really minimal shelf ice at this point in time. And with the upcoming forecast here, at least in the short term, should be really, really easy access and some great conditions for you to get out and enjoy, especially in the next 10 days. Looks phenomenal. So the upper Arkansas Basin from Salida upstream, it has its moments in the winter. However, for the most part, it's just so much colder. That higher elevation, you've got more ice formation, more slush flow, things of that nature. And those fish are just absolutely lethargic and kind of shut down in the winter for the most part, especially from Browns Canyon up to Leadville. But there are some days here and there. Again, focus on those very warm strings of days. And even here in Canyon City, on the Riverwalk in Canyon City or in Bighorn Sheep Canyon, focusing on 2 or 3 warm days in a row, fishing on that back side of it. So say you have a couple days that are warm, fishing on that third day is going to be a great tactic for you. Here this week and next week, it looks like we've got 50s every day. So you could really probably choose any of those days and have some good options for getting out and enjoying some time on the Freestone. I do recommend still through the winter season, focus on the hours of 11 a.m. through 3 p.m. on the Arkansas Freestone. The tailwater, you can get out there nice and early. Water temperature really isn't changing dramatically through the day, being a tailwater, and so feel free to get out there sun up if you can handle the cold. Dress warmly, bring hand warmers, things of that nature. But the Arkansas tailwater can be very busy, as probably the most consistent fishery in the state of Colorado in the winter. It certainly does draw more people in the winter season. So definitely do want to get out there early and take advantage of being first to the water in certain areas. But a lot of water to choose from on the tailwater, whether it be in the state park below Lake Pueblo, the nature center area, or in town. Some great options downstream near Dutch Clark Stadium, on the Riverwalk down in Pueblo itself. So keep that in mind. Thanks so much for viewing here today. Hopefully this is some great info for you. Again, don't put away your gear in the winter. Just dress warmly. Pick and choose those pretty days to get out and enjoy. Get out, unwind. The winter season can be so enjoyable, in my opinion, just to get away from folks and to take in nature. It's just a completely different set of conditions. It definitely offers some challenges, but also some advantages. And so I do encourage everyone to get out and continue fly fishing throughout the winter season. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us toll free, 888-994-6743. You can send us an email, info@royalgorgeanglers.com. Visit our chat line on our website at royalgorgeanglers.com. And we are already booking a lot of our prime spring dates solid. So if you're interested in pre-booking spring dates in March, April, May on the Arkansas Freestone, Tailwater, powerboat trips on Spinney and Taro, a lot of our spring and even summer dates are getting very, very busy already. And just a reminder, we are guiding on a daily basis on the Arkansas Tailwater. So if you'd like to learn that in the winter season, we'd love to show you. We are the oldest outfitter on the Tailwater, and our guides are excellent down there. Thanks so much for viewing. Hope to see you in the fly shop this holiday season. Thanks for shopping small, and please let us know if we can help you with anything else.